right, guys, let's take a look at our next grammar lesson. So, we are going to continue practicing verbs in the different tenses. Before we get started, I wanted to know, what do you notice about this sentence? Do you see any mistakes? Now, we can't type in the chat because we're not together, but I want you to think, what is the mistake in this sentence? It says, in response to our questions, Ella blushed and looks at her feet. If you don't see the mistake yet, go ahead and pause the video and look for it. You may have noticed that blushed and looks are verbs that have tenses that don't match. In this case, blushed is in the past tense. What tense should it be in? It should be in the present tense. What is the present tense for blushed? Well, if I read this sentence over, it would make more sense if I said, in response to our questions, Ella blushes and looks at her feet. So our present tense is blushes. Let's continue our practice. What mistakes do you notice with the bold verb in this sentence? Brody always neglects the trash, so each week his mom dragged it to the curb. If you can't catch the mistake yet, go ahead and pause the video and think, what is wrong with the verb dragged? You may have noticed that dragged should be in the present tense. It is in the past tense right now. So how can you tell that it should be in the present tense? Well, the verb neglects
Bye, Miss Fisher.
is written in the present tense. So both verbs must be written in the same tense. So here we've got neglects and then dragged. Our sentence should say, Brody always neglects the trash, so each week his mom drags it to the curb. Last one. What mistake do you notice with the bold verb in this sentence? Mark carefully lined up his dominoes, but then his dog knocks them over. Oh, sorry. The bold verb should be knocks here. Knocks should be in the past tense. Well, how can you tell? Because lined up is the other verb that is in the past tense. So this sentence is written in the past tense, and both verbs must match. Mark carefully lined up his dominoes, but then his dog knocked them over. This sentence makes much more sense because now we're talking past tense. All right, head on back to Seesaw for your activity today.